challenge of every single event marketer of how do you keep your audience engaged? The question as big as any other question out there. My biggest learnings is just trying new things, testing new things, having a platform that allows you to run engagement plays is super helpful. So being able to use the chat, being able to use docs, being able to use polls and run live polls and have interactive engagement moments for people. So it's not feeling like I'm just spewing at people or my presenter is spewing information at people, because that is boring. It shouldn't be a one-way street. And the one that we have been using a lot lately is we have a hand raise option in our events. And so that makes it really feel like it's more, of course, virtual events are never going to feel like real life. Like we know this, we accept this is the way of the world. But I think the ability to engage with the audience through that way for people who do want to come on and like have a conversation or be part of that event, that has been really successful for us as far as making them feel a little bit more lively, a little bit more engaging, and maybe even like a little bit more like real life. Dare I say that? I do not have any background in event marketing. I've participated in events, I've gone to events, I've sat on webinars, I've spoken at like virtual events before, but I had never actually done any of the back end running, any of the logistics, any of the project management for the most part. I think what really helped me is I ran a podcast for 4 or 5 years in my previous position. And I think that is a very similar kind of world to live in as far as knowing the project management skills, knowing what you need from episode to episode. I think that gave me a great background and kind of foundation to build upon, because there are definitely certain skills that you need in virtual events that you do not need for podcasting, right? Podcasts are not live. Podcasts are completely editable post-podcast recording. It's usually just you and 1 or 2, maybe 3 other people. If it's a bigger, hosted podcast, might have more people in that recording studio. But so for me, I think having a background that was beginning as a podcast producer and then elevating into a podcast host, those definitely gave me a head start when it came to transitioning to be an event marketer. So I think the biggest learning on both sides was the fact that if you are looking for someone to run virtual events, run your webinars, programming like that, someone who has a podcasting background is going to be a great hire. Because when I came in, I was really questioning will I be a good event marketer or virtual event marketer? Because I haven't really done a lot of these things, but having done what I did for the podcast and taking those, transitional skills and just building them in different perspectives and lights really, really helped me. I want people to see the power in AI of this is making us so less limited in our scopes, in our ideas, in our creativity. And it's not that AI is going to come in and do all this for us. It needs a wrangler, it needs a trainer, it needs a leader. And that is who marketers are. That is our role with AI when we're using these kind of tools. And so to me, it's super exciting because now there are all these things I always wish I could do. And now it's probably a lot more feasible to get them done. And as long as I stay ingrained in the process and in the tool and in the flow across everyone and everything, then we'll be able to realize some of the things we've always wished we could do or put on the back burner because we can't do them. But then I can't ignore the fact that AI is also making marketers' jobs so much harder, right? The market's getting flooded across all channels and all content types and all campaigns and all motions. And so I think that is the crux of it is, yes, you have a lot you can do with AI. Yes, you can achieve a lot with AI, but you also have to understand the power that gives you and the potholes, pit holes, cliffs you might fall off even if you use it incorrectly. I don't think anyone can ignore the shift to video that's happening. For probably the last 5 years, marketers have been talking about video, and that video is the next wave of content marketing. And this is how the tides are shifting and where we're going as far as the next frontier in content. And I think we're now finally seeing it happen. It's no longer just like we think or we believe or, this is the gamble or this is the prediction. Like we're here now. Even LinkedIn is beta testing their video tab and putting you into a video feed that's an endless scroll, like TikTok style. So we know like the trends are going into video, and it's not like, oh, they're going to be there in 6 months. No, they're here now. And so the people who are realizing that and capitalizing on that, and again, finding the right AI, the right products, the right tools, the right workflows to make it easier to make video are going to be the winners. I was very surprised because this is my second rodeo. This is my second child, my second maternity leave. And I thought it would be easier, and it was not. I think that is a misconception probably a lot of people will have, is if I've done it once, it'll be easier the second time around. And I think there are a lot of factors that play into that. For me, it was a big difference in like the state of my work. When this is my previous org, it was much larger team, much larger company. Not a lot changed when I went on leave versus when I came back, versus now I'm at a startup, very much a startup. And so things are very fast. They change very fast. Your product is releasing all the time. And we are so good about putting things out to market that I came back and like our product was very different and my positioning was different. And the things that I needed to focus on as a content marketer were very different, even in that 3.5 months I was out. So I think one thing was just, I thought it was going to not be so difficult because I'd done it before. But also now in retrospect, like I'm also a little bit older. I also have one kid, like that has a lot of impact on your energy, your brain space, your lifestyle. And I just don't think I ever put that into perspective. And part of it's personality, right? I'm a go, 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 do, high achiever, type A. And those things can kind of like work against me sometimes. And don't think I ever put into perspective, like, oh yeah, this might be the second time I'm doing it. So I've been through it and I have that experience. But it's actually the first time I'm doing this because I've never ever had a baby when I already have a toddler at home.